Hi everyone, I hope you've had a lovely Christmas and New Year. So this is my December Sewing Zine wrap-up vlog. So to start off with, I am wearing the outfit I made for the Tilly and the Buttons Sew a Christmas Sweater contest. So it's a Freya top with fluffy cuffs and then a little cape over the top, also with a faux fur. And it was vaguely inspired by Vera Ellen's dress at the end of White Christmas. So in terms of Christmas sewing, the other things I've been up to, so I took part in 2 swaps this year, the Bombazine Mitt Swap and the Sewing Secret Santa. I've got some footage of the items that I made to send, and then I also want to show you the lovely things I received. So in the Bombazine Mitt Swap, I received this mitt from Karen, which is just gorgeous. So you can see it's got a lovely machine embroidery, got a little hanging tag as well. So lovely. So that was, thank you very much to Karen for that. And then Delphine in the Sewing Secret Santa, I got a French Sewing Pattern magazine, and I also got this lovely, if I hold that there, knitting project bag. And the fabric's just, it's really gorgeous. It's got a lovely lining fabric as well, and a lovely exterior kind of cushioned fabric. So thank you both. Thanks Delphine. So yeah, so those were the 2 swaps I participated in this year. I also made a couple of presents for family. So I made a brioche twister scarf for my mum, and I made a tie for my dad. Using the Sew Over It tie pattern. I'll put some pictures in of those. And then I mentioned on previous vlogs that I've been knitting baubles for our tree. So I managed 3 baubles in the end, using DK weight yarn. I am going to do some more for next year, but probably not now, not for a while. And I also want to try the bauble pattern in a 4-ply weight yarn and see what size they come out, because the DK baubles are quite large, so I think some little 4-ply ones interspersed would look quite nice as well. So, and the other thing that I made was that I made a little angel for our Christmas tree, because we only had a fairly basic star on the top that we bought from the shop. So this is a little angel I made. She's got like movable hands, got buttons on her shoulders, and then wings and a little halo. And I just made her using some scraps. She's got some bloomers on underneath the dress. Using some scraps from my scrap fabric box, and some scrap yarn as well from a previous project. So that was some of my Christmas making. So what else have I been up to? So in addition to my Sewing Secret Santa and Bombazine mitts that I received in the post, I got lots of lovely posters before Christmas. One of the things I received, the free sewing website, which is run by Used, I am a sponsor, so you can sponsor the site, and because it's a free website, you input measurements and it produces patterns based on the available patterns. They're mostly menswear, but it's a community website, so you can contribute a pattern if you're able to produce it to work with a website. If you're a developer, you can also contribute to the actual development of the site, and I know the team do quite a lot of work on it on an ongoing basis. So you can show your support by making a financial contribution every month, and the money actually is donated to charity at the end of the year anyway. So it goes to Medicine Without Borders, I think that's the right name. But by supporting them, as well as making that donation to charity, you also get some little freebies once a year, which are really cool. And I just wanted to show you what I received just before Christmas. So I got a really cool label for the back of a pair of jeans or a denim jacket or similar. Yeah, so you can see it's metal on top of leather or faux leather. And then got a patch, all with the free sewing logo on. Tape measure, and then lots of other stickers and so on. Oh, and a pin badge, but that's on my coat already. So yeah, yeah, it's a great website. I haven't actually made any of their patterns yet, although I've input measurements and played around and printed off. But I am currently making their coat pattern, their Mayor coat pattern, the cotton pattern for Phil. This is at the stage of cutting out at the moment, which just takes forever, obviously, with the coat. So this is the fabric that Phil picked. Small houndstooth print. So yeah, that's some pattern piece. That's a work in progress at the moment. And the other thing, while we're talking about what I'm sewing, I'm also cutting out a coat for myself, and I'm cutting out the grain line Yates coats for myself, and this is the fabric for my coat. So this is one of the Evoca Irish wools from Fabworks, which I bought. I actually bought it at a show. I think it was a Sewing Bee live show in person from them, specifically to make a grain line Yates. I think I'd already decided on the pattern. So yeah, I'm finally cutting that out at the moment, and hopefully we'll sew it up fairly soon. So what else? So I got lots of really nice sewing themed and other crafty gifts for Christmas, so I just wanted to show you a few of those. One of the things that I received is actually handmade. So I try and make my mum, at least, if no one else, something handmade for Christmas every year. And so she made me a handmade gift in return this year, and she made me these pattern weights. And they're little tiny bean bags, basically. So they're obviously two squares going together. There's a square sewn in the middle, which is flat. And then the outside is apparently filled with gravel, and apparently it was very fiddly. But the stuff. My brother was supposed to be helping and gave up after one, I think. But yeah, so I've got a load of these. So they're great. I've been using those while I was doing coat cutting out. Thank you, Mum. And so what else did I receive that I want to show you? So I got this really lovely necklace, although I've misplaced the name of the shop it was purchased from. So I'll put it in the comment below. But it's if you can see, I need to put it in front of something. What have I got that's solid colour? So it is a little spool of thread necklace. Got the remove the yeah. So it's a little spool of thread necklace off my mum and dad. And apparently you could choose the thread colour as well. So my mum chose pink, as I do always wear a lot of pink. But yeah, I've been wearing that loads. It's really lovely little necklace. It's nice to kind of declare your interests fairly subtly, I think. And then the other, I was also going to show you. So I received that from my mum and dad this Christmas, but they got me a sewing themed necklace last year as well, which was this little thimble, which is also lovely. And I've won loads this year, so I'm just going to show you. And that was also lovely. So yeah, I'm not sure where the thimble was purchased from now. I've lost the details in the intervening year, but I'll put the details from the maker or seller of the cotton reel necklace if you want to have a look below. So yeah, so that's one thing I received. What else did I want to show you? Oh yeah, so I was just going to mention in terms of books, I've been meaning to get this for a while, but I asked for Kate Davis's book, Handy Woman, for Christmas. And I'm reading it at the moment. I'm really enjoying it. So it's kind of a personal account, but a lot about her creativity and her business as well, of Kate Davis, who, if you don't know her, she's a knitwear designer, and she also has a yarn company and generally produces some really interesting products based in Scotland. Yeah, and so I'm about halfway through now. So it's gone through her childhood. She had a stroke at the age of 36. So that's the section I'm reading at the moment. And it was after the stroke that she developed her, became a knitting pattern designer, and then went on from there. So yeah, I haven't got that far yet, but that should be really interesting as well to read about. So that book I would highly recommend. And while we're talking about Kate Davis, I might as well show you as well. Over Christmas, I finished one of her patterns. I purchased this as a kit. So this is it's called a neckerchief, but it's basically a tiny, fairly summery, well, certainly not winter anyway, scarf pattern. And the pictures of Kate she models a lot of her patterns herself, and the pictures of Kate wearing this were just really appealing. And you could buy the kit, so it's her own yarn that I used, and you could buy the kit of the pattern and the yarn. I think this only cost £10, so it didn't include the needles, but you've got everything else you need. And I just found this it was really simple, but it was just a perfect knitting project to throw in my handbag, and I've actually been carrying it around for a while, even though it's obviously not very it's a fairly quick project. Just been doing the odd row here and there, but over Christmas I thought I should finish that before I start anything new. So yeah, so I just wanted to show you that. And I'd really recommend Kate's kits actually. They're really good value for money. I've got another lovely one that's a shawl that I was going to knit next, but I think I'm going to work on a Hannah Fettig knitbot jacket first that I've had the yarn for ages as well. So, but yeah, recommended. So what else? Embroidery. So I haven't done any embroidery in ages, and I suspect it was seeing lots of other bloggers and Instagrammers, Rachel Wayne, Amy Thomas, etc. have been posting some lovely things lately. I suspect that's what tempted me, but Phil purchased me 2 embroidery kits which I asked for Christmas, and I was just going to show you those. They're both really lovely. So this one is from Kiri Kiri Press, who they have a dedicated website, and you can find them on Etsy, and it's a small sampler. It's their knit sweater sampler. They also do lots of small animal kits that are really cute, but yeah, I especially like this. So you can see it's fairly simple, quite a quick one hopefully. So this one is just a little knit sweater, and then obviously around it on the sampler you've also got the stitches that make up that sweater. But yeah, the finished version that they post on Instagram was really cute. So I think they're based in Canada, I was going to order one for someone else, but I left it until just before Christmas, and it was too late really, but yeah, recommended. And then the other one, which is a much bigger project, so maybe I'll start with this one, I think, is this Stitch School sampler, which was purchased from Beyond Measure, and I maybe need... Well, I won't get it out, I'll just show you through the packet, but if you can see there, it's basically an A to Z wall hanging is the sampler, and then the sampler tells you which stitch. I'll show you, you can see it through the back. So it's a printed piece of linen, it's got the alphabet in A to Z printed on it, and it tells you which stitch to stitch each letter of the alphabet in. So while you're going through, obviously you'll be learning lots of different stitches, and then you should come out with a really nice wall hanging at the end of it. And the pictures on so it's via Stitch School is the actual company that produced these, but as I say, purchased through Beyond Measure. And if you have a look at the pictures of the finished article on Beyond Measure or on their website, yeah, assuming that my embroidery is of a reasonable standard, you get a really nice finished project. So I'm looking forward to both of those. I'm quite tempted, we'll see, but I am through my Guild of Weaver Spinners Dyers. Every other year we have a natural dyeing day as our meeting in one of the Guild members' gardens, and I'm quite tempted to take along some thread and dye it natural colours and then use that for the sampler. The only thing is that obviously with naturally dyed colours, they do tend to be more easily affected by light damage, so it might be that the colours fade, but yeah, I think it would be worth trying anyway, so that's what I might do. Might dye my thread myself if I can find some suitable thread that will take some dye. So the only other thing that I was going to tell you, so talked about the coats that I am making over the next few weeks. That's my priority sewing wise. The other thing, apart from video games, so we've got some new video games for Christmas as well, so that has been taking up a fair bit of my time at the moment. But the other thing, so I had a doll's house as a kid, and I still find miniatures really appealing, but I tend to resist looking at them really, because it's yet another thing to take up money and time and effort. But I did ask Phil, I saw an ad pop up on Instagram, a well-targeted ad for once, for a tiny doll's house basically, but it's like a little kit where you get all the pieces, and so I asked Phil for one for Christmas. So before I go back to work, I'm hoping to waste a very enjoyable day or half day putting this together. So this is the one I've had. Holiday Times, I think it's called. Oh no, that's not the one. Forest Times is this one. So I don't know if you can see really, but so yeah. So but the satisfying part about it is that you really do have to build absolutely everything. So I'm quite looking forward to this as a little weekend project. So you have to stick the walls together. You got like I mean they're cut, luckily, but you stick all the walls together to the base. And then you've got basically every single piece of everything. You've got to stick petals on flowers, and the soft furnishings, which I might replace the fabric of the soft furnishings with some scraps from my fabric stash instead, I think, and personalise it a bit. But yeah, so yeah, there's fairly detailed instructions for each bit of furniture that you have to make. But yeah, so anyway, so there's a very pleasant little Sunday project, I suspect. So, but coat cutting first, definitely. Coat cutting first. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope you have had a lovely Christmas and New Year, and that going back to work hasn't been too painful. See you soon.